Salvete omnes, welcome to this short slideshow on the ablative of means or instrument. So we've talked about the ablative of place where, in Silwa, in the forest, okay, so we always have in with that. We've had the ablative of accompaniment, which features cum filia, with the daughter. We've had the ablative of place from which tells us where something is coming from, like agraikia, from Greece. We've had the accusative of place to which, like ad Troiam, to Troy. We've had the dative of the indirect object, which we haven't talked about very much. So giving something to someone, that to someone would be dative. Okay, and that would be like reginae, to the queen. And we've also had the dative of reference, which talks about to whose advantage or disadvantage something is done. So reginae could also be for the queen's advantage. Like I'm doing something for the queen. In this video, I'm going to talk about the ablative of means or instrument. So when we talk about the ablative of means or instrument in English, it usually means we use by or with, like by phone, by bus, by train, by car. And we use with generally with proper or specific nouns, with an iPhone, with a Greyhound bus, with an Amtrak train, with my car. Okay? Both of these basically have the same function. We just have a slight difference in how we use them in English. In Latin, it doesn't matter. So this construction indicates by what or with what something is done. So if we take the word auxilium, which means help or aid, auxili is of help or of aid. Our dative is auxilio, which is to help or to aid. For a noun, that's kind of strange. Auxilium, remember that the accusative is always the same as the nominative when we deal with a neuter word. And there's our ablative, auxilio. So, Dei auxilio, well, auxilio by itself means with help or by help, with the help of the God. Deus Dei, there's the genitive. Dei auxilio, with the help of the goddess. Deorum auxilio is with the help of the gods, because now we have the genitive plural, okay, deorum. And then we have amici auxilio, with the help of the friend, or of a friend. We know that equus is the horse, so uco o, there's the ablative, so equo is by horse, or with a horse. Paucis verbis, well, a verbum is a word, and pauci is few, so paucis verbis is with a few words. Amicitia is friendship. This has a macron over the A, so we know it's ablative. By friendship, okay, or with friendship. Gladio comes from the word gladius, which means a sword. It's also where we'll get the word gladiator later, gladiator. So by sword, and gladio magno, by a great sword. So you can see all of these use by or with, okay? And we don't have any preposition here. We go directly to the ablative. And all of these are by or with. Now let's try the word oculus. Oculus is an eye. So if I want to say meo oculo video means I see. Okay, so I see meo oculo. Well, oculo is in the ablative case. Actually, meo is also. Us, I, o, o. There it is. So we know it's going to be by or with an eye. Meo oculo video is I see with my eye. or I see by my eye. If we have oculis video, well, we know video is I see, and we see this word is in the ablative case, I orumisos is, and there's the ablative, oculis video, with eyes, I see. Okay, so it's telling us what instrument or what means we use to see. Now you might be thinking, well, the dative also ends in an O. Why couldn't it be dative? Well, then it would be to the eyes I see, or to the eye I see, or for the eye I see. That doesn't really make any sense. So we just want to avoid ambiguity. The most likely thing is the one that makes the most sense. So if we get our cases mixed up, oculum video, I see the eye, that would be strange. We'd have to realize that we are doing something strange here because oculum is accusative. I see the eye doesn't really sound like a sentence we can use. Unless, of course, you've lost an eyeball and then you've gone looking for it and you can say, ah, I see the eye. So if we have a sentence like gladio pugno, we know pugno is I fight. What are we going to do with this sentence? Remember, gladio comes from gladius, so we have an ablative there. I fight with a sword, or I fight by sword. Meo gladio pugno. That's in the ablative. I fight with my sword. Tuo gladio pugno. I fight with your sword. So when we deal with the ablative of means or instrument, remember it carries no preposition. There's no cum or in or ab or anything like that. And it tells with what or by what something is done. And that's it. I hope you found this useful. Walete!